Okay, good evening. Welcome to Injustice Investigations. I'm your host, Al Scott. Dana Hudson is in the house this evening, along with Sandy Moon. Good evening to both of you. Big time as always. We appreciate you showing your support for this channel. Thank you so much. Okay, tonight let's just get right into it. I just left Facebook, and so now we're here. Um, it is it is extremely easy to convict the poor with or without evidence. It is extremely easy to convict Black people with or without evidence. Prosecutors in this country work extremely hard to get a conviction. Okay, quickly, it's Sandy Moon says, I have followed Vincent from the sham of a parole hearing. Okay. I am so glad he is finally free. Amen. To God be the glory for that. But now, just as well as prosecutors diligently work to get a conviction, prosecutors must also diligently work to make sure that the one you're convicting is guilty. Prosecutors in this country must not hide evidence that might prove the one they're trying to convict may not be the one they're looking for. When prosecutors in this country withhold such evidence, there is no room for a reprimand or don't do it again. You just committed a crime and you must be immediately removed from that seat, because what's worse than what you just did is what you've done in the past that we don't know about. You just got caught this time. Men and women have to sit in prison sometimes 20, 30, 40 years before they are exonerated. But sometimes it can take less than 30 minutes to convict you and send you to the Louisiana State Penitentiary on the line. Just as hard as you've worked to convict this individual, and there may be some doubt on his guilt, time is of the essence. We can't schedule a meeting or hearing for August 12th, 2022. No, it needs to be done today. You pushed him in there fast, now I need you to push him out. If Vincent Simmons case, he was convicted when he was 25 years old on a lie. Two white girls, twin white girls, alleges that he hit blood everywhere, semen everywhere. It's what two 14-year-old white girls said had happened to them at the hands of Vincent Simmons. In the past 30 years, numerous of injustices have led to more than 21,000 years lost in prison for persons who later were exonerated. A total of 2,468 people were exonerated between 1989 and 2019. Texas still leads in the number of people that they have exonerated. So, a lot of times, it's not the
they're being exonerated on an error from the state. A lot of times it's because the state prosecuted and convicted the wrong man or the wrong woman. So just as hard as we work to put them in, you need to work overtime to bring them out. Prosecutors in this country care more about convictions than they do justice. It is an injustice to take a 25-year-old black man, put him in front of 11 white men whose voice meant nothing. Try him and convict him on a lie and sentence him to 100 years in prison. You can only imagine how many people have died in prison and they were innocent. They were innocent. We must and we have to do better in this country. But when prosecutors break the law, prosecutors must be prosecuted. It's just as simple as that. There's no other way to look at it. So tonight we go into the story of then a 25-year-old black man, Marksville, Louisiana. Two twin white 14-year-old girls alleges weeks later that they both had been brutally raped and assaulted. And it was a black man. Got him in a car, took him to a secluded area. Stay with me now. And went. May I also interject again that we're telling you that he took him to a secluded area. So if somebody takes you to a secluded area, especially if you don't know them, you already know either they're going to kill me, rape me, or both. How do you know that? Because they have taken me somewhere I don't know where I'm at, and they have taken me away from people, which means that they don't want nobody to see or hear what they are about to do to me. That's why they took me to this secluded area way back over there. Hold that thought. So when a person does that, they're taking you there because they don't want to get caught. They don't want to go to prison, but they want to have their cake and eat it too. They can't do what they want to do to you in front of people. That's super stupid. That's just super stupid. But these two little white girls says, these two little twin white girls says said that Vincent Simmons told them his name. What? Now that's a new one. That's a new one on me. You raping these white girls, and then you say, "Oh, by the way, I'm Vincent Simmons. How you doing? I went to the rough one." I believe that story, like I believe the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan has a dream of his white daughter saying "I do" to a black man. That's just a bunch of bullshit. And then he wanted our names, and he wrote it down. So what, we in school now, right? And he says he know a lot of people, and don't say nothing. If we do, he'll kill us. He'll kill our family. It was the same thing with Emmett Till. a white woman, Calvin Brown, alleges Emmett Till whistled at her, and in court documents, he touched my hand, he did this, he did that. He did nothing. She lied. So now, why did Calvin Bryant lie? I don't know, and I don't give a damn. It matters a damn. But here's what I do know, that wherever this little pink thing is at, she needs to be removed from there. I don't give a damn if she's on an oxygen tank, her legs and arms and breasts have been amputated. She needs to be inside of a jail cell. There is not a statute of limitations on murder. There should not be a statute of limitations on you lying about someone and causing them to be murdered. You have to go to jail. You have to. These two little white girls who are now 59 years old should be inside of a jail cell because they lied. Nothing happened. The car was soaked in blood, semen. Not a drop of blood was in the car, no semen. So, tell me again, it was brutal what he did to you? Yeah. He locked us in the trunk. I got to say this. I'm gonna put it up on the screen for y'all to see it too. Sandy Moon says, the police will believe anything from a white woman. I'm glad you went there because you just preached. This started in slavery. When the white woman realized that little pink thing in her mouth was power. And it was power because she was a white woman. And so whatever she said, we will believe it. When it comes to something that a nigger did. And depending upon who this white woman was, there is no need to investigate. If Calvin said it, it happened. As we can see in 1977, it happened again. Two little white girls. They lied. They lied. They said when it came to blacks that all niggas look alike. All niggas look alike. When David Becknell, incidentally from CBS Morning, did an excellent, an excellent job on this story. I mean, when he got to investigating, that's when we come up with some explosive evidence that, as you hear people often say, that could blow this case wide open. It's going to take this case in another direction. Now, the evidence were presented, but unfortunately, it didn't take it in another direction, or the direction I think it should have went, and that would be to put handcuffs on these two lying, pink, wrinkled sisters. And they're still lying to this day. He raped. I saw him rape her. I saw it. Listen to this. Listen to this. Now, I hope you all can hear it. Good evening, Eddie Moore. Good evening.
David made by Keith Laborde's cousin, Dana Brouillette. Dana Brouillette says on the trial, Keith admitted to me that Vincent Simmons did not rape Sharon Carey and did not put him in the trunk of the car. Dana Brouillette goes on to say, he told me that he had had consensual sex with one of the girls and locked the other in the trunk while he was on public health.
Oh my God, she is a sick woman. She has no clue. Say that was the truth. And they believe that really happened. Why didn't they go report it?
Hello, Mr. Laborde.
Okay, we're going to stop there. She went on to say that It doesn't matter now. It doesn't. What does it matter now? He was found guilty, and he's going to die guilty. Well, just because someone is found guilty in the court of law doesn't always mean they're guilty. Just because the gavel goes down doesn't always mean justice has been served. It doesn't. So this little girl is having sex with her cousin, white. They're having sex. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's guilty. I saw this. I was there. You cannot be at the scene of a crime and there is no crime. There's no crime. What happened to the blood in the car? And why did it take you all about 2 weeks to come and say, I've been raped? But you didn't know his name. You didn't know his name. Oh, yeah, my mind. Yeah, you did. Because he told you his name. This rapist, this monster, told you his name. That's how you know what I'm saying. You also, to make sure we get the right one, I want to have 5 or 6 niggas right here. Don't handcuff them. I want you to put Vincent Simmons in the front, and I want you to put handcuffs on him. And what I'm telling the girls in the interrogation room, that's the nigga. That's the nigga. HP says, she said, I'm happy. Oh, yeah, exactly. I got 44 years. I think the justice system should get 44 years out of her. HP, if I end this live now, I end it on you because you just preached. These white women were happy. We got 44 years. We're good. I know what he did. I know what he did. After David Beckno presented to courts and the lawyers the new compelling evidence in his favor, well, the DA said, if a judge decides to give him a new trial, I will not retry him. He was honest. Why? We'll lose. They lost in 1977, 67 days after his arrest, convicted 11 white men and 1 black woman who was told, it don't matter what you think, it don't matter. Everything to them doesn't matter. But it does matter. Because you sent an innocent man to prison on a lie. No physical evidence whatsoever. The medical examiner examined both of the hooches, virgins. Ain't nothing told, nothing. So I guess Vincent Simmons is the invisible rapist that leaves no trace that he's been there, but you know he's been there. See, back then, you didn't have so much. Just said a nigga did it, and we got him. And that's what it was. Nothing has changed. Nothing. White women are still putting innocent black men in prison on a damn lie. Good evening, Louise Roll. You know, 44, yeah, on the damn line. 44 years in prison. On the line. Do you know someone is still going to say, oh, he did it. He did. He'll still get a little fast and lawyers or something. You know, he did it. So if he did it, the state say he did it. You say he did it. So if he did it and the judge grants a new trial, why would you say, no, I will not testify? Keep him in there longer. Let him stay till he dies. You know why? You don't want to prosecute him now? Because somebody must go to jail. Like the prosecutor who put him in there. Somebody's got to go to jail. And the two little twin pink sisters, their ass got to be pushed inside of a jail cell too. They have been living 44 years free while he's been in the penitentiary 16 times trying to get out. No, 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 no. But this time, what the new evidence? The prosecutor, Charlie Riddle, we will not prosecute. We won't. We won't. Because it's Rachel David that we'll lose. He was right. He was right. But now if the two 52-year-old sisters would take the stand, they would come down after testifying, but handcuffs would have to be put on. You can't just take somebody's freedom from them and act like everything is okie dokie. Kumbaya moment my ass. It's wonderful that Mr. Simmons is a free man. For the first time in 44 years, he will celebrate his 70th birthday this Thursday, a free black man. But he said he got to leave the state of Louisiana because Louisiana did him wrong. You can't, it's a new day. So you can't prosecute. Times have changed. You don't want to go to jail. He was found guilty. He's going to die guilty. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Okay. Simmons was accused of attempt aggravated rape of two 14-year-old twin girls, Sharon and Karen Sanders. Less than 2 months later, after he was arrested, he was convicted and sentenced to 100 years in prison. He was convicted on attempt aggravated rape. There was no blood. The sister said there was a lot of blood in the car from the assault. I stopped because someone said something that caught my attention. She says, his pretty face says, in the situation room, they need to start charging people who tell lies. Here's what happened if they do that. You will see a decrease in this bullshit. You would. They must be prosecuted. You would think twice before you open your mouth to scream out a lie. There was no hair, no pubic hairs No blood, nothing, no sin, nothing in the car. When the doctors examined them, they're virgins. Ain't done nothing. Nothing is stored, nothing. They've done nothing. Nobody's touched them. But the DA withheld that information. The DA withheld the information that the sister was having sex with a damn cousin. They hid that. So it shouldn't be over there. It shouldn't be. You can't let prosecutors keep sending innocent people to prison just to get another conviction up under their belt. They must go to prison. It's not a do-over. Emmett Till is not a do-over. Vincent Simmons is not a do-over. 44 years gone on one lie. But to God be the glory, somebody found the proof, presented it, and the judge said, I'm going to grant you a new trial. And then the DA stands up. We will not retry him. All charges are dismissed. You did that because your ass was wrong. They said that they were forcibly taken by a black man to a country road and sexually assaulted for 3 hours in a car belonging to 18-year-old's cousin, Keith Laborda, who they said was locked in the trunk. So now watch this. It would give you, and I'm sure most of you saw it when he was being set free. I think he had been wanting it for so long that even though he was wanting it, he wasn't looking forward to it. And so when they said what they said, they're trying to tell him, you're free. Free. It takes less than an hour to convict sometimes. But look how long we have before we can pull somebody out. And it shouldn't be that long. It shouldn't be that long. So someone had called earlier about what the state paying. Okay. In July 2022, Louisiana is increasing the amount paid to someone who was wrongfully convicted from $25,000 to $40,000 for each year in jail. The max will be $400,000. So here's the thing. Vincent Simmons wasn't found innocent. He wasn't. So in order to reap the benefits of the money, we have to prove that he didn't do it. He's innocent. So they all are playing games. He's out. But you're still playing games with him. When we sit and we brag on 44 years in prison, that's past evil, especially when it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Everybody, if the sheriff is still living, everybody involved in this case should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Because all this does is make me wonder, what else y'all doing down there? How many times have there been a Vincent Simmons and we don't, you see where I'm going? Pretty face says the situation went, oh, wow, they still got it. they still got it. But even if they was to give him $40 million, he'll live a wonderful life. But he can never forget what happened to him. Anytime he's in this wonderful home with this nice view, he recalls on how he got it. They took him from him and put him in a jail cell because of what two twin white girls said happened. Nobody takes you to a secluded area to rape you and do you some bodily harm and then tell you their name. They take you off because they don't want other folks to see them do what they're doing. So Vincent tells them his name. Well, damn, he might as well took you into the police station and done it there. It just don't happen like that. It doesn't. It doesn't. And I have no pity for them. And if I had my way, them and Caleb Bryant would have been in front of a firing squad by now. Because I have no pity. I don't know if I said it here earlier, but I said it on Facebook. One of the problems with Black people with things such as this is that we have a tendency to raise our hand and say, I forgive. I forgive. I want to be forgiven, so I forgive. That's your problem. Black people forgive too damn much, and you forgive too damn quick. Quit trying to be the image that society wants you to be. I'm not the forgiving type. I'm not. I'm not. Well, we ain't talking about the Bible. We're talking about something that was done to somebody. As long as you keep forgiving and singing the old Kumbaya song, this will never end. I know someday a change gonna come. When I was a child, Mama was singing that, and they still singing it, and the damn change has yet to manifest itself. Singing about a change gonna come won't make it come. In order to get some peace, Black people, in your life, y'all gonna have to raise some hell and quit playing that role in society. God again, God, don't judge. Don't judge. You can't judge me. Tupac started that shit. That is not in the Bible. Only God can judge me. That's not in the Bible. Tupac started that. Y'all tattooed that shit on you. Nobody can judge you but God. Black people get messed up. And so we have to take the bite for a lot of this bullshit that continues to happen because we're still trying to approach it. I don't have it. Right here. We are still trying to approach every issue. The Lord said, love thy neighbor, pray for those. I wish I would pray for a sucker that wants to harm me. I'm not going to do it. I'm going up the road side of the mountain. Goddamn. Really? So back then when they said, God will deal with him. God, I understood that. I understood, and you all understood because there was slavery. They couldn't buck. Or if they bucked, they would always lose. So that's what God don't get them. This is a new day. When God created you and gave you breath, he gave you a mind, the ability to address certain issues. And quit putting everything on God. What you gonna do? Oh, I know, sit and wait for another incident, such as, and here we go to Walmart, poster boards, permanent black markers, no justice, no peace. The change that we're looking for, that we deserve, won't come from the system. It will come from us. And the system, and the system, and the system is not broken. Heaven backing me up. It was designed the way it is. Don't you ever think when they said these words, we the people, that didn't include us. And it still doesn't. You got to get up off your knees from praying sometimes and get out there and get dirty and fight this shit. And stop trying to push everything on God. Because you scary or you don't know what the hell to do. Don't wait till it happens again. Prevent it from happening. They still playing games with this man. You didn't have no evidence to convict him, so you have to say he's innocent. There was nothing there, nothing. Not only was it nothing there to convict him, the car was not a crime scene. Why? Because it wasn't a crime for me. But as the individual said that, we have to start prosecuting the people that lie. I agree totally with that. We have to let them know we're fed up with this shit. We're fed up with white women pointing the finger at black men for their own amusement. And you want to sit and you want to talk about what God's going to do all through the video. Let me tell you something about God. There is a difference between knowing God and knowing of God. Some people say they know him, but in actuality, they just know of him. Your actions tells me one thing. You don't have a relationship with God, and you can't use the name unless you're married to it. Now, call somebody's name you know. This has been going on too long. It's been going on too long. And money don't fix it. Money make you late nights. But when you're in your bed and you're thinking about how you lost your son or your daughter to the system, that wonderful bed and the stuff in the house don't mean nothing. You get upset because you would rather have your child in a large bank account. Vincent Simmons will be 70 years old Thursday. It's his first time celebrating his birthday. A free man. He said he forgave him. Okay, I understand. Yeah, if it was me, gave it back, no. Hell no! I want their ass locked up. If they don't lock them up, I'm gonna get another mugshot because they took my life from me. My life. They separated me from my family on a goddamn lie. And you want me to forgive? Bullshit. I'm not the forgiving type. I'm with Malcolm X. By any means necessary. Damn all the holding hands. You got to be the change that you are looking for. They made fun of it. Guilty. All I've been trying to go through. Y'all don't want to take the stand again because you can't explain the brutal, aggravated rape that had nothing to say that, yeah, it was a rape here and it was brutal. It was aggravated. Nothing. And because you knew this time they're going to lock our little pink ass up. For we satisfied. You're satisfied. You talk that talk about God, but whether you know him or not, let me tell you this here, you will meet him. You will meet him. And here's the thing about karma. Karma doesn't always have to come directly back to you. And it does not always have to come back exactly the way you did somebody. Karma is so swift. Karma will come back and get somebody you know and somebody you love and attack them and leave you on earth to suffer and deal with losing them because of your diabolical ways. Black people, if ain't nothing changed, what does that tell you? The tactics we're using are outdated. They're outdated. God damn. That's all you're going to do, grab a poster board and really? I got to go. Again, happy early birthday to Vincent Simmons. I've been to prison. I didn't do that long, but I did a long stretch, about 11 years. So I know how it feels to be locked up. And I also know how it feels to be locked up and you're innocent. And everybody's looking down on you. And the first thing the guards are going to say, everybody in here are innocent. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. HP says exactly, they aren't going to retry him because they know they can't defend their accusations. You don't know me. I got to get out of here, y'all, but we'll be back tomorrow night, be it the Lord willing. I think it's tomorrow night. It's on Amir that was killed in Minneapolis by police officers. I think that's what is on the thing for tomorrow night. But listen, it's a bittersweet moment. Everybody's happy, everybody's laughing, everybody's happy. But let us not forget the 44 years that's now making us laugh. Every time we don't aggressively address injustice in this country, we leave a crack for more to come. Sometimes people are worried about making friends or what somebody's going to think about them. I don't know that. You're trying to worry about somebody who don't give a damn about you. I don't have to know you and to love you and care for you and want the best for you. To help you, if I can do it, then I'm going to do it. But the protest, if the protest had really worked, we wouldn't be protesting today. We wouldn't be. We would. This is not the first Vincent Simmons, and I promise you, if we don't do the right thing, it will not be the last. We got to get out of here. Remember, if you like what we're doing, share the videos. If you like me, if you like what I'm bringing to you, why don't you just give us some money through the Cash App or the PayPal thing tonight and let God use you. And if you do that tonight, God is going to bless you with a Rolls Royce. Y'all remember, what was that man's name? Mike. Anybody here remember? Boy, I was a little boy, and I used to be mad at Mom because she would be sending that man money, and he's sending that little red cloth, and Mom, ain't nothing happening. Boston, Massachusetts, what he used to say. Had the little perm and stuff, and she was religiously sitting there like, really, Mom? I knew then as a child, that was a bunch of bull. The fight is real. The fight is real. And don't you think that the fight is just on Black people, Mexican, Asian? Anything that ain't white is wrong in their eyesight. In coming up with a show we're getting ready to bring to you, you may not believe this here, but throughout the United States today, there are police officers who are also Ku Klux Klansmen. Yeah, I said it. They are. And they're faithful. I mean, faithful in what they believe. So, as long as we have them in the house, won't never change. we have to watch who we're giving a gun and a badge to. And last, prosecutors, just as hard as you work to convict, work just as hard to make sure you're convicting the guilty. Unless you become worse than the conduct you claim you are trying to change. I'm not Scott with Injustice Investigations. Remember, I'm not always right and you are not always wrong. Y'all enjoy your evening.